Okay, Gunther, you ready for the show to begin?
Guys, so I only have a couple requests from you for this video today. One of the requests is get a warm drink or a cold drink or just a drink in general that makes you happy. Anyways, I'm super awkward and today's video is my pet peeves of being a cashier. Of course, this video is going to be interesting. So excuse me while I go get my hot drink or cold drink or whatever I want. I'm back. I love you this much. But I'm weird and I don't like to drink soda in cans. I like to drink them in coffee cups or mugs. I realize this has a snowman. And it's not Christmas or cold, but a girl can drink. Okay, anyways. You got your cold drink now and all that certain stuff. Dinosaurs. Anyways, so my first pet peeve, I'm not actually going to count these because I'm horrible at counting, but my first pet peeve of being a cashier is when I always pay attention to my customers because that's what we're supposed to do to make sure nobody's stealing or anything. So when my customers come in, I watch them, and if they are in an aisle that's really close to me, I'll pay attention. And I catch customers picking their nose a lot. And half the time it's right before they come to my register and check out with all their items and they touch them with the boogeriness. And I'm okay with people picking their nose at home. That is perfectly fine. That's a normal thing. People do that. But you don't do it in public. That's something your parents should have taught you. Like, really. It was gross and it happens all the time and I'm like, eh. Because I'm kind of a germphobe in a small sense. Another pet peeve of mine at work is when I need help and all the head cashiers are doing something else or aren't running around doing crap. Or like they'll be all up on my butt when I don't need their help. I'm like, do you need help? Do you need help? Do you need help? And I'm like, no dude, I got this. But then as soon as I need them, they're gone. It's like, dude, what are you doing to me? Another pet peeve. Okay, so as a cashier at Home Depot, there are a couple places you can cashier at. There's Garden, there's Register 11, there's Register 9, there's self-checkout, and there's Lumber. And there's 2 places in Lumber you can be a cashier at. So with Lumber, they only put 2 cashiers down there if it's super busy. And same with Register 9 and 11. They'll only use 9 unless it's super busy, then they use Register 11. And then Garden, they sometimes put 2 people out there if it's super busy that day. Well, this really gets on my nerves when the head cashier of the day, they don't move anybody around. They leave one person in the same spot all day. Like one day there was rushes, like extreme rushes, okay, and they left me on Register 9 that whole day, and I was like, I just want to get away for a second. Or when they put me in Lumber all night, and Lumber is empty, or Garden is empty. I'm like, I want to do something. I just like it when they switch it up, because sometimes they'll put me out in Garden for like 2 hours, I'll go on my break, and then they'll put me on 9 for 2 hours, then I'll go on my break, and then they'll put me in Lumber for the rest of my last 2 hours. And I'll love that. I'll be like, yes, variety! Woo. Or sometimes they'll put me on self-checkout, which is not that often. Oh yes, when customers think that I know everything about the store. Like, I realize I work here, I should know stuff, but I am just a cashier. It is not a requirement for me to know everything in the store. My only requirement is for me to check you out and be polite. People get so mad at me when they ask me where something is, and then I get on my phone with the app, and they're like, but I could do that, and it's like, exactly, you could do that. I don't say that to them, and I'm like, I'll look it up for you, and I'll tell you, and I'll put you in the correct direction, so I don't just be like sending you in the wrong direction, because I would do that anyways, if I tried. So then I'll like tell them where to go, and they'll be like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. And then they'll end up going through my line, and they'll be like, oh, you told me the correct place, thank you. And I'm like, Yeah, bitch. Right now. Another pet peeve of mine is I'm being super nice to a customer, and then the next thing that you know, they just snap, and they're like being all rude, and I'm like, what did I do? Or when customers take out their anger on you, when they can't find, when like something else in their life is going on, it's like, okay, I'll be nice, I can't be rude to you, go ahead and take all your anger out on me, that's cool, okay. Another pet peeve of mine is when customers tell me that my hair is overboard, or that, like, I don't know, they're just kind of rude about my hair. Like, I get it, you don't like my colorful hair, but like, that has nothing to do with you. It is my hair, my decision, and yeah, like, they never say anything about my tattoo, ever, at all. It's like, dude, what? Another pet peeve of mine is one of our little rules at work. It's understandable if they're actually strict on it. Like, I'd be okay if it was this way for everybody, okay? But they're not necessarily fair here. So, I have my nose pierced, correct? See the little thing there? Yeah, my nose is pierced. So, I work there, and I got the job, and I had my nose piercing, and my hair was green at this time, and everything, and they gave me the job, okay? So I was like, cool. They didn't say anything about me having to take out my nose ring or anything at all. And for, like, the first 2 months I was working there was no problem with nose piercings. Like, people had nose piercings, people had lip rings and stuff like that in and everything, and people were okay with it. People didn't care. I got no hate for it whatsoever. Next thing I know, like, I don't know when, but they have all these papers out that are like really strict rules on piercings, and they're like trying to break down on it, okay? So I go and talk to one of the main guys, and I'm like, so, I heard you guys are being a lot tougher on piercings and such. And he's like, yeah, we don't allow nose rings anymore, or even studs. You need to take out your nose piercing. And I'm like, well, if I take it out, then it'll close. Is it okay if I get a clear one? He told me no. I was like, well, I'm getting a clear one anyways, because I don't want to lose my nose piercing, so if you're not okay with that, then fire me. He didn't fire me, so that's okay. But I get there the next day with my clear nose ring thingy in, and everybody else has like studs, just studs. And they don't care. But if I tried to wear a stud or something like that, I'd get in trouble because I said so. Ooh, another pet peeve of mine. So we have a lot of associates who help us with loading. There are loaders, okay? And all we have to do is call over the intercom or call their numbers and be like, hey, we need loading assistance over here. My biggest pet peeve is when they only have one loader a day for that day. It sucks because garden constantly needs a loader, and so does lumber, and sometimes occasionally register 9 does. And whenever I call for a loader, nobody shows up. Like this one day, this lady needed help moving some soil, and then she needed it brought to her vehicle. So I called the loader, even said it over the intercom, which just freaks me out because I hate having to hear my voice. Anyways, I had to help this lady pick up soil and put it on a cart for her, and she's like, oh, you don't want to do that, you're probably as weak as me, and I'm like, I'll help you anyways. I don't want you to have to do it, so I'll do it. So then in the end, I was like, I would leave my register to help you load, but I can't do that. So I'll try my hardest to contact somebody. So finally, after like a good 10 minutes maybe, somebody finally came. Another pet peeve of mine is when I get like older gentlemen coming in and they start hitting on me. And I'm like, dude, I'm 16 years old. Please don't do that. That's kind of creepy. Kind of creeps me out a little bit. Okay, more than a little bit. It really creeps me out when older gentlemen hit on me. Because I'm young and I'm like, dude, I'm nowhere near your age. Please, stop. Sometimes it's even old women and I'm like, dude, please don't hit on me. I don't come here every day just to be hit on. I come here to do my job. Okay, this one is not a pet peeve. It just makes me laugh. It's when older gentlemen, or even like teenagers like my age, come in and they start telling me about how high they are, or like the fact that they're stoners. I can't help it. Like, I just laugh. Like, I'm not gonna tell on them or anything. Like, God, I'm not an asshole. But it just makes me laugh. I'm like, people, don't tell other people this stuff. We all still get in trouble. Like, the way fire. It's illegal here to smoke weed, so be careful who you tell, because you could get in trouble. So yeah. Okay, I think this one is my biggest pet peeve of all time. It's when customers bring up items that don't have a scan bar, you know, like a barcode, and it doesn't have a SKU number on it whatsoever. Because then I have to go through this stupid thing called the OCB, which this computer freezes constantly, and we're not allowed to be on our phones, which is another pet peeve of mine. So I have to like wait forever to find it, and in the end I end up getting up on my phone, going onto the Home Depot app, and looking it up for them. And then I find it a lot faster. But still, sometimes there are items that you cannot find there, so you have to call that area and be like, hey, I need to know what this is, and half the time I don't even know how to explain what it is. And it's just this really long process, and then people in my line get really pissed off, or get annoyed, or just leave. So I feel horrible whenever that happens, and then half the time I have to send the customer to go find it. Especially with the chairs that we have outside, we have like these big plastic chairs, and people will come up, another pet peeve, so when people come up and be like, hey, can I get this, and it's not in our OCB. It's not a pet peeve with the customer, it's more of a pet peeve of the OCB. So, like, we have these chairs outside, and they don't have, like they have a scan bar on a chair, but they're outside, and half the time, they're, like, really hard to bring in, so people don't want to bring them in. But we don't have them in our OCB, so whenever people ask for them, we have to be like, well, can you send us, or can you bring us the barcode or the SKU or something, and half the time they don't even know what that is. So it's like, oh, okay. So then we have to contact our head cashier and be like, hey, can you go get this for me? I have severe social anxiety, so this job has actually really helped with that. Like, it's really made me a more open person, a more willing to talk. Like, I'm starting to be able to do things for myself and all this great stuff. Parents are actually impressed with me. Occasionally I do get those rude people. And I kind of just laugh on the inside when they're being rude to me. I'm like, yeah, because this is all my fault. Yes. And I just want to pat their hand and be like, ignore that. That's rude of me. But, like, really, people? My favorite thing about working there, though, is when people bring in their dogs. Even though dogs aren't allowed in the store, people bring them anyways, and we don't say a thing about it. And oh my gosh, this dude always comes in with this husky, and I love it. I'm like, it makes me so happy. Oh, and to all the people who ever come in there and compliment my hair, they make me so happy. I'm like, oh. Like, this dude, he actually, like, asked me if my hair was like, based off of an anime, and I said no. He was like, well, have you ever done, like, Comic-Con, or, like, cosplay, or however you say it? And I'm like, no, I haven't. I've wanted to, but I wouldn't know who I would be. And he came back, and he gave me his card, because he's a writer for video games or something like that. And he was like, hey, I take, like, 10 people to Comic-Con every year. If you want to go, please, and you come up with that cosplay, just call me, and da-da-da-da, and I'm like, oh my god! So yeah, that was cool, and bye-bye.